All right, what's up, guys? This is the Duval County Rams fan, and I am just making a quick little video here. We got so the final preseason game has been played. All right, and we only had three this year, as you know. They added extra game for the regular season, and now so we only have three. That game's over. Now the teams have until tomorrow, Tuesday's tomorrow, by 1 p.m. Pacific time, to trim their rosters down to the final 53 players that they will take into the season. Okay? Pretty exciting. I'm very interested to see what the Rams, who ultimately the Rams will decide to keep on the team. There are a few positions of note. I really want to see what they choose to go with, and so we're just kind of keeping an eye on what's going on right now. And from as you can see here, Rams have made some cuts. So they let some players go. They let about 6 players go, and we're gonna go ahead and see which ones they were. So getting started here, we're tracking the Rams cuts below as well as relevant cuts from around the NFL this week. This deadline goes to 53. Roster is set for tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific time. If you're curious about what the LA Rams final 53 man roster looked like a year ago, you can check it out here. We won't do that here. You'll notice that the roster wasn't actually finalized until one day after the deadline, and we can probably expect something like that to happen this year too. Okay, player like A'Shawn Robinson might be stashed on the injured reserve immediately after final cuts, giving the Rams one additional space to add a player who was either released by them, another team, or traded to LA. Okay, so the new IR rules mean that the Rams can bring back Robinson after 3 weeks on reserve. And teams can now do that for as many players as they want, as long as they are on the initial 53-man roster. The Rams have some difficult decisions to make, but must also keep track of who is getting released around the league. If we see any news that would indicate that a player has made a team, we'll keep track of that here too. Okay, so A'Shawn had a little bit of a knee issue. He had to get some minor surgery, and I'm hearing he could be out a couple weeks to a month. So I definitely do see them stashing him on the IR for the time being. Hopefully the surgery went well. Hopefully he's feeling all right, and hopefully he can get back to us pretty soon. Because very I'm very interested to watch A'Shawn this year. It seemed like I watched one of his interviews he was kind of really focusing on his weight, and he said he apparently dropped some weight. He said he was feeling good in the interview, like in the beginning of training camp. So I'm very interested to see how well he plays because he's going to be such an important force for us because he's in the line of scrimmage. And as you know, we need to run the ball, we need to stop the run. That's what it all starts with, and A'Shawn's good at stopping the run. So we really need him back as soon as he can, but as long as he's healthy first. So we shall see. You see, he's probably going to get put on IR for the foreseeable, for the next like month or so, more than likely. So these are the cuts as of right now. The Rams have cut, um, waived 6 players, and here are the players that they have waived today. Pretty much defensive back Bronte Harris, wide receiver Jeremiah Hadel, guard Jeremiah Cologne, guard Jordan Meredith, defensive back Donovan Alumba, and defensive back Troy Warner. None are none are really that big of a surprise to me here. They Rams are cutting. Okay. And here, okay, okay. Here is the interesting one I want to see. The Johnny Hecker situation. It'll kind of suck, and it'll suck because I do like him, but the writing's kind of on the wall. I feel like uh, Corey's performance this past Saturday was very was a very good performance and pretty much sealed his job as our new punter. Leaving Johnny pretty much he's a lot cheaper than Johnny, and he seems to be just as good as well. So more than likely they're gonna cut Johnny Hecker, which will stink, but Ice can see it because Berquez, I'm sorry if I get that name wrong, um, is a lot cheaper. So it at the end of the day, it is a business, and it just seems like the writing's on the wall, and it's only a matter of time before they announce that they are cutting Hecker. But as uh, as you see here, there are rumors that Johnny Hecker won't be without a team very long because it seems like he might reunite with John Fossil in Dallas, Coach Bones. Um, I can definitely see that. Zerline, I believe, is still there. And they were close, and I could see them doing that. So, um, yeah, if he gets cut, he's probably gonna go there. And I wish him all the, I wish him well. I don't dislike Johnny Hecker. He seems like just like a normal dude. He seems like a good guy. So, he will probably be cut, and him going to Dallas makes a lot of sense. So we shall see what happens there. And here, okay, so now we're just kind of looking at some of the stuff from around the league now. Rams attempted to claim Curtis Weaver from the Browns uh, about a year ago, and they seem to be waiving them now. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what if they plan to get him or not. As far as I don't know. I think we have. I really don't know anything about this player, so if they feel like they want to try to get him, they might try to. But it's from the tweet here. The Rams also attempted to claim Browns defensive end Curtis Weaver off of waivers yesterday. This was from 2020. Cleveland had higher priority as both teams saw the opportunity to add a talented developmental prospect for their pass rush to develop in 2021 and beyond. So we'll see what happens there. The Texans are reportedly okay with using a 53 man roster spot for Deshaun Watson and never playing him. Okay, that's their choice. Ravens running back J.K. Dobbins is believed to have a season-ending knee injury. That stinks there. Cardinals get rid of 10 players. No one really of note on this list, at least to me. So that's pretty much it. The Rams just cut six guys. None of them seem a bit of a surprise or anything. Bronte Harris did play well. I do remember seeing his name a little bit during the first couple preseason games, but I never really thought he was going to make the roster though. We're just kind of really deep in the defensive back room, so we'll see what happens. I am interested to see what the O line looks like after the on the final 53. I am interested to see what the linebacker position. I want to see what the linebacker looks like after the final 53. Kind of interested to see who they choose to sign and cut. I think Micah Kaiser might unfortunately be being cut, and it's a shame because I really liked him and I had a lot of high hopes for him. It just I'm not sure if it's just working out though, unfortunately. I want to see who they put on the D line because the D line I feel like was probably the best position, was the position that performed uh probably performed the best in the preseason in terms of the depth players, the amount of depth players that played well. We have a lot of good depth pieces on the D line, man, and I want to try and keep as many as possible. We're not going to be able to keep all of them clearly, but maybe we can stash a few of these guys on the practice squad. Hopefully, they don't get poached. The league seems to like poaching Rams coaches and players lately, but hopefully they can relax with that and we can hide some of those D linemen. I want to see who makes the final cut. Very interested in that. Very much want to see Justin Lawler and Chris Garrett make the team. I think they both will. Um, Obo and Terrell Lewis, I want to see them do well, but they got an injury thing go. They got injuries going on. I know it sounds kind of cruel. I don't. I know they don't want to be injured, but I mean, if we're gonna make a run, you need to be available. And if you keep getting hurt, we can't use you. Okay, it's nothing personal, guys. Okay, it's just the way it is. And Terrell has looked good when he's been out there. He just hasn't been out there very much. So, do they maybe keep one or both of them? Do they maybe cut, excuse me, one or both of them to add some of these talented depth and replace them with some of these D linemen that played well in the preseason? I'm interested to see if they're going to do something like that. Um, Linebackers already talked about. Defensive backs, I want to see what the secondary is looking pretty strong too. Honestly, like our depth defensive backs look so good throughout the preseason. So the secondary is going to be one of our stronger positions on the team this year. Very excited about that. I think pass defense we are going to be legit. I think we're going to be very good, no matter who they decide to keep. But um, so interested to see who it is, but I'm not really worried about who they end up choosing, um, so to speak, because they all seem to play pretty well. Um, you know, uh, and yeah, pretty much that's pretty much the big question: the O line, the linebackers, uh, the defensive linemen, and some of the defensive backs, the running back room. The running back room, it's going to be Sony Michelle. Sony Michelle might start, by the way. I'm hearing it's looking like he might actually start over Daryl Henderson. Don't know. I'm not even saying he's going to. It seems like they might be leaning that way if Sony can pick up the offense before week one. But it's gonna be him, Daryl Henderson, Jake Funk, and Xavier Jones for sure. And yeah, so I am. That's gonna be it right now for this video. Rams need to cut down to the final 53 by tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific time, and we'll see who they decide to ride with. It's, as y'all know, it's the fun. It may be the final 53, but that's subject to change throughout the year, depending on if they trade, cut, some guys get injured, this, that, and the other. So it's not necessarily set in stone for the entire season, but it's good. Good. It's good to see who they view as a starting material and who they want on the 53. So I'm going to be interested. I'm going to be interested to see who they choose. But we'll see. We will see. The season's right around the corner, guys. We're almost there. We're almost there. I'm I'm so I do I'm so happy, man. I can't wait for football. I really, it provides a good escape. There's a lot of craziness going on right now, so I cannot wait to see how the Rams look. Cannot wait to watch some games, have some good times, hang out with friends, and just see how they do, man. We'll see. There's a lot of expectations, and I'm very excited to see how they perform. I'm very excited for the Rams this year. So that's gonna be it. I'll make another video when they make the final 53. So I will catch you guys on the next one. And as always, go Rams.